suggested by some. No, может быть, я просто обманывал себя. Там солдаты воюют, все воюют. Среди этого хаоса чем я отличаюсь от других?
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for Viktor. Go to viktorfilm.com. I'll have all the information in the description below so you can learn more. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things Viktor, I have writer, director, Olivier Sarbil. Thank you so much for your time today, Olivier. How are you?
Thank you so much, Patrick. I'm good.
Wonderful.
Just back from LA and
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time. I know time is precious, but as a fellow filmmaker, I love to show love and light to other projects that help me think, help me get inspired and entertain me. This film does all of that and educate me. This film accomplishes all of those check marks. So thank you for this work.
thank you so much.
When I read about this film and doing further research, I learned there's a little bit of a personal note, which is how this kind of film came to you. If we can start there on why this was your next project, and then into some of the pre-pro on Viktor as your subject and moving forward with the film. If we could start there on why Viktor was the next project for you.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a bit of backstory first. I have been covering war and conflict for the last 2 decades. And in 2011, during the Libyan revolution, during the battle for Sirte, I was badly hit by an RPG. And I spent 9 months in the hospital, lost a part of my right hand, as you can see, part is missing, and I became single-side deaf. So I cannot hear from the right ear. And I think over the years, it really reshaped the way I understand the world. And also, of course, my perception of sound of silence. And that's the reason why, that's why driven me to tell the story of a deaf man, Viktor, with the backdrop of the war. But I think as a filmmaker who has been wounded on the battlefield, going back to war to tell the story of the deaf man become a bit of a personal journey for me. And I think it really helped me to face my own challenge and struggles.
Wow, amazing. I definitely got to commend you on your bravery. I'm prior service. I'll start there. I'm prior service. I've was in the U.S. Navy. I served in various areas, if you will, and I've worked with journalists, press that have accompanied us on several missions, and I take my hat off to you guys. You guys were in the thick of it. You wanted to be in the thick of it. You wanted to report the information back and get that information back, which was so important for all of us. So I commend you on your bravery and your sacrifices in various ways to get that information out from all of the things you've been doing, as you said, for the past 10 years. And learning that story and what you just, again, stated for this interview now, reading that, I was like, wow. And to make this your cause for this next film is just tremendous. So bravo, sir, and thank you for this work. So
Thank
you
you
find this, please go ahead, sir.
No, and I was just saying thank you for your service.
Definitely, thank you. So you find Viktor an amazing subject for this story that you kind of already wanted to look for. So I think you found the perfect guy, and you get going. And then as I read, you originally started doing this in color. But what I thought and what I think everyone will leave from this is just how beautiful this film was. As I was watching it, I watched it earlier today, Olivia. I'm sorry if I'm kind of all over the place, but I was
You.
mesmerized by this film. It is. If I felt like, am I watching a documentary or am I watching like a narrative film? I was in there. I felt and I was living Victor's experience, and I think that's the power of this film that you've created, Olivier. People will live in this experience and understand. And so the goal of your intention of of what you're trying to do with this work is going to be so powerful. And yeah, I was just amazed. I'm like, am I watching a feature narrative film or am I watching a documentary? The audio, the visuals, the black and white. Um, and again, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but just I love your choices because it made it stand out outside of everything else that I've watched, and I watch a lot of projects. So can we go back to you got Victor on board, finding him as your subject, and then making this film, and then choosing to go from color to black and white, and just everything that you've done. That again, this is a work of art, Olivier.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot, Patrick. Really appreciate it. And I take the narrative as a compliment. It was not easy, because it was be by myself. So I direct, shoot, and do the sound. I had a local field producer, an Ukrainian guy, Volodymyr, that was with me, and he was driving, doing translation, carrying the tripod, making sure I was getting water and getting feed. Probably a little bit of my therapy sometime because we spent together so many months filming Viktor. But going back to the visual grammar for the shots, the black and white, for example, I did shot the film in color. When it comes to documentary, I don't plan the visual grammar beforehand. I wait to be on the ground to learn the space, the light, but most importantly, I need to build that relationship with my contributor, with my character. And when that relationship is deepened, this is where I organically try to build a visual grammar. For example, when it comes to the black and white, Victor believed that the black and white bring using his own word, the black and white gain some sort of a better balance and fairness to the world. The black and white bring a better balance and fairness to the world, and that's one of the reasons why I choose the black and white to really reflect the poetic world of Victor, the way he sees it and the way he wants to be seen. Uh,
When that moment came in the film, Olivier, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, wow, what a way to also again make you feel and walk in Victor's shoes. And to that, not only were we having this auditory experience that I also want to, that was going to be my next question on your choice of the way you use the sound in this, because of, of the subject, but just visually and to put everybody on a equal footing. Again, the way the world is, and as we see this journey, they're not looking at Victor as an equal. To put that and show him how the way he sees the world, and also as a creative, I'm sorry, I'm going on tangents, but as a creative, like that's so real. That's black and white. It just centers us all as one, and it changes that dynamic. Just brilliant choices, Olivier. I know I'm throwing a bunch of virtual flowers at you,
Thank
but
you. Oh,
I thought it
well,
was
I take
outstanding.
them. For the sound, yeah, we knew that the sonic impression of the film was going to play a crucial role for the film. And I was really privileged and honored to work with the most amazing team of sound designer, uh, Nicolas Becker, Eki Kosi, Peter Labrestan. Nicolas Becker is the sound designer of Sound of Metal, and he has a very extensive experience working with the dev community. And the idea was really to have an approach very organic on how to create the world of silence and how can we help the audience, how can we bring the audience into the inner life, into the inner world of Victor, and also understand what's happening in his own body. We use a stethoscope with Mike to capture inner part of the body, and not only heart beating, but there is so much sound and movement inside our own body. We also re-record the original audio via hearing aid device. That's why sometimes you have that sort of particle sound during the filming. And the way we use the muffled sound, we didn't have any rules. It was more, okay, we think this is the right moment to use the muffled sound. And it was more about the scene, the story arc, and the emotion of the scene.
Brilliant. Again, just brilliant. It really, again, envelops you. You feel and you go along with him and you're walking in his shoes. So let's talk about Victor. Again, the perfect vehicle, person to cover in this choice of film to make. Did you know about his love affair with samurais, and that whole arc too? That's like this little sub piece that we see as we go along with this. Just, wow, wow.
I didn't know about the samurai. So what we've done with Victor, it took a while to build the trust, to earn the trust of Victor. Unfortunately, in Ukraine, the deaf community and many other players are often seen as second-class citizens, and they don't offer the same opportunities. And the deaf community sometimes fear the hearing people. So it took a while before to earn that trust. But I didn't do classic interview. I asked Victor to write every other day on his journal his thought, his feeling. For example, I will say, Victor, can you write today about darkness? Can you write about the war? Can you write about the cat, your mom, your dad, even the meal that you just prepared? And Victor wrote about 50 pages on his
Wow.
journal. Of course, it can only work when someone knows how to write. And we use those 50 page for the voiceover of the film. We cut it down to 1 page. And he's reading his journal that Victor reveals his passion, and probably more than a passion, because he told me, Olivier, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I think I am the reincarnation of Miyamoto Musashi. And, we give Victor a greater, how to say it, self-reflection by doing this, and they really empower him and they help us to build the story arc. And so the voiceover of the film is written by Victor himself.
Oh my gosh. Such a fascinating person. What did you find along the way? Obviously, so you found this subject. You're now covering him. We're to tell this tale and give us this experience that he's going through. But what surprised you maybe as you were doing this and uh, interacting with his mother there that he was with and just all of this? Was there anything that we didn't see that did maybe edited for time and regards to the story that you were just trying to stow here that didn't make the cut that kind of like surprised you along the way?
But they didn't make the cut. We had more scene with the mother. The mother was playing a bigger role into the film, but we really want to make a POV and we really wanted to stay with Victor. And we thought that if we had those scene, more scene with the mother, we somehow, leaving our character, and it will not have been his really strict viewpoint. But I have amazing scene with the mother. Unfortunately, they didn't make it, and the mother was very nice, but she was also very tough with me. I think at some point she had enough to myself. I mean, I stay with them for about 7 months, nearly on daily basis, and but yeah, I think we had that great relationship even with the mother, and mother love his son so much. He's trying to be very protective all the time, and Victor love his mother too, and he's not going to leave Ukraine. But I mean, sorry.
Oh, no worries. Totally
Excuse my
understand.
French sometimes because sometimes it's a bit it's a bit complicated because I have to think in English, and sometimes I'm losing it a little bit. I apologize.
Oh, no problem at all. No problem at all. I just thought it was fascinating, and I loved that we got that. And I totally, as a fellow creative and filmmaker, totally understanding in regards to cuts that we love from our standpoint as the creators of the material we got. But when you put that final piece together, if it doesn't fill it, the story or the narrative how it needs to flow, those unfortunately, those pieces get cut. But there's always opportunity to give us that on a DVD bonus
Who
scenes type
knows?
of thing,
I'd love to. I'd love to.
But lovely. I just love that dynamic. I'm a mama's boy, so I just love that relationship that we got to see, and it was just beautiful. So you're in this. You're again. This is a documentary. You're in there again. I felt like I was watching a big budget action narrative film. You're in there in these trenches as bombs are going off. They're going downstairs. They're hiding. They're trying to be safe. But you were in there. You were in there filming all this stuff with your team. Um, and again, you have this history. You've done this for over 10 years. Can you tell me how it was making this and how dangerous it might have gotten, how comfortable it was for you, and were there at any times that you're like, oh my gosh, we need to maybe stop and come back to this? Can you tell me the production, how that was?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I've been covering war and conflict for the last 2 decades. I've been to all of them. It takes a certain type of skill to operate in those very stressful and challenging environment. I take risk assessment on daily basis, and most importantly, I need to follow my instinct. So if I feel like I need to go or this doesn't work, the shoot doesn't happen. It's never in when I was a bit younger, the day I was wounded, I just wanted to have more. I didn't want to trust my instinct and get more for maybe 15 seconds or 20 seconds more of combat. And I lost 9 months of my life for that. So yes, I follow my instinct. And I think the most challenging part for me is usually when it comes to war. I go by myself, so I take the risk for myself. Having Viktor with me was, a great challenge, of course. But he was doing great. He listened to me. We tried to prepare him. Um, but that I think that was the part that was the most stressful for me. Everything else, when it comes to war, when it comes to combat, again, you need to have that experience. But at the end of the day, even if you are highly skilled and experienced, there is also a part of luck, and you just have to make sure that you follow your instinct, really. Uh, but again, what is also very important, I always try to emotionally detach myself from the violence, so I can stay focused and not numb. And that is very important for me because if not, I let myself being consumed by it. And why am I even here or
Mm,
there if I can't film? So that's very important for me to manage to emotionally detach myself to the violence. Now, it doesn't mean that when I go back to my hotel room, when I go back to New York, that emotion and that stress come back. But when I film, I need to detach myself from the violence. So that's why I can stay very focused and be only worry about the composition, the framing, the exposure.
I feel that. I feel that to my bones as a creative, a filmmaker, a person who's been in these situations. It's intense, and you have to have a there's something special that you have to have inside to be able to endure all that. And also when you feel a sense of responsibility of those that you have around you, and making sure their well-being is kept. With that being said, so you're there in the trenches with Viktor, you're documenting this stuff, you're seeing him get rejected, and then until eventually, as we see later in the course of the film, he becomes a bona fide press photographer, covering the battle. What was that like, seeing him go through those ups and downs? I think all of us go through bouts of depression, when we experience those rejections. Was there anything special that you all did as a team. And can we also state, post, how is Viktor now, post this film for the people that might have seen it? Because I'm trying to be very careful not to spoil in different respects. If you can give us an update, Olivier.
Victor is in good shape. It's still very hard for him, sorry, to find work as a photojournalist, as a photographer. He has been touring with us for the festival circuit. He's in New York now. Is with me, and I think things have changed for him. I still believe that. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. That is, he believes in a way of the samurai. Maybe not, maybe with more compassion and empathy instead of picking up the sword. Um, but his progression really, he was living in such a tiny, claustrophobic world. I mean, you can see in a film the moment he has that opportunity, that's the first time you actually see smiling. And I think he has a view, he did have a romantic view of war and what is it to be a warrior. I think things have changed for him after his experience on the battlefield. Uh, but is he regretting that he has didn't join the fight? Maybe. I'm not sure about this. I think somehow he still believed that he could have been, a great fighter, a great warrior.
Definitely. Amazing work, Olivier. Just this film stands out amongst the crowd of projects I've seen this past year, and I cannot wait to talk with the rest of my film community and family and friends on just the beauty and the messaging in this. What do you hope? What is the message to you? And do you think when you were looking for this subject and then you found him, what are your thoughts now? And you're speaking with people like me. What do you hope people take away from this film? And what have you taken away from this project?
Um, I think obviously I'd like the film to really raise awareness about a community that unfortunately have been too often overlooked, especially in time of war. But I'd like also that the film will be a sort of testament that maybe accepting his own difference,
Mm,
so unlock, you know, profound change, and that's something that I'd like people to take from the film. Um, Now for myself, you ask, what changed me? Um, I think Victor really helped me to be more open about my disability. I mean, I lost part of my hearing, and for many years, I was hiding it. I was not mentioning to anybody, and simply for fear of not getting work as a DP. And Victor resilience, Victor strength really helped me to be even more honest with myself and more open about, yes, I'm single side deaf. And that because of Victor, definitely. I was never mentioning about my single side deafness before to make that film.
wow. Amazing. I'm like so speechless, Olivier. All that you've done in this work as a creative fellow filmmaker. I'm always afraid to make documentaries. I live in the Washington D.C. area. I have so many friends that are documentarians. I think it's such a responsibility to do that kind of work. To knowledge and make sure you give the story right for the subjects that you're covering and the people involved with that because it's real people. And I think you did outstanding with this film, sir. Again, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of virtual flowers. This film completely stands out from everything else I've seen. It's I feel like I've lived that experience and I understand Viktor in a way. And I think that's what we want people to walk away with. So that way, as you said, more people, the world can understand the deaf community and treat everybody respectfully and acknowledge these things. And just brilliant work. As a creative, I'm inspired, and I can't wait to talk to everyone else about this film. So bravo, sir.
Thank
Just
you.
brilliant work.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. Everybody, the amazing Olivier Sarbil, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to have links to Viktor the film so everybody can learn more, so they can see the film in the description below. Please support my man Olivier. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next, sir. Please come back as that comes along, because I want to throw more virtual flowers and continue to be inspired, because that's what you did with me with this project, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Everybody, I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. All right, sir, there's a cut.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Kuya P, Nerds Rule the World. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more Black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Heather, nice to meet you. Nerds do rule the world.
We do. We're phenomenal, aren't we?
Thank you, Nerds rule. Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes.
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
Absolutely.
And you're right, nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes. Nerds do rule the world. I agree.
We do.
I agree.
We're awesome, aren't we?
Thank you, ladies.
so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
And nerds really do rule the world.
Thank you, sir. It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds Rule the World. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
do. They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.
Well, I was good until I saw that this is Nerds Rule the World. So are we talking about, like, everybody you interview is a nerd, right?
Oh, it's a legal requirement. It is.
It's a legal requirement.
Yeah.
Or the second you popped on screen, I was like, wait, are you supposed to be the queen nerd then?
I hope so. My handle is Heather is a nerd, so I am a professional at least.
Okay. But then you enter that whole question of like, well, if you're calling yourself a nerd, are you really a nerd? True nerd, would they call them? I don't know. I'm going to start going cross-eyed.
Going to psychoanalyze this a little bit.
Yeah.
Are recording. All right, let's have some fun, sir. In a 1, 2, 3.